Hi, Tovia. Good morning. I think your mic is muted. I can see you speak, but I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized. Good morning,
Hi.
everybody. Please, if you can hear me, can I see your responses in the chat box? All right. Thank you very much. Hello, Precious Francis. Hello, Esther Babatunde. Hello, everyone. Hello, Emmanuel Abimbola. Hello, Mistura. Thank you very much. Hello, Debbie. How are you doing? Thank you very much. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to Lekan Bakare Foundation World Youth Skills Day webinar. If you're excited to be here, please can I see your reactions in the chat box? Me, I'm excited to be here. Yes, thank you, Bello. All right. Thank you very much. All right. My name is Tovia Osonaike, and I'll be your moderator for today. Again, I welcome you to Youth Empowerment through AI and Digital Skills. LBF's team, Blue Intelligence, empowering youth for ocean innovation through AI and digital skills. Before I proceed, I would love to tell you a little bit about Lekan Bakare Foundation in case you don't know. If it's your first time hearing about Lekan Bakare Foundation, I want to especially welcome you to this program. Lekan Bakare Foundation is an organization that is passionate about ocean conservation and preservation. They go to schools and coastal communities to create awareness about ocean literacy and how its proper use can affect us. We see the hazards ocean pollution and improper ocean use can cause in our environment, and how much marine organisms are being harmed. So we take up responsibility to go around communities to educate them about this. As you know already, we are also very passionate about preservation of this marine organism. So that being said, I believe that I have given a very, very brief overview of what Lekan Bakare Foundation is about. And please, if you're following me, can I see your reactions just so I know if we're still with me? And also, if you can't hear me properly, please let me know so that I can make necessary adjustments. Thank you very much, Bello. Thank you very much. I'm trying to stall so that we can have enough people joining in so we don't just rush things. So before I go to the overview of what World Skills Youth Day 2025 is about and also the purpose of this program, I would just want us to do a bit of brief activity, very brief. So we're going to be making the use of the chat box because just so it doesn't cause a lot of commotion. Yes. So I'm going to be asking very few and simple questions that we're just going to be answering. So what does LBF stands for? Can I see your responses in the chat box? What does LBF stands for? Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Amov. Okay. No idea. Okay. Galaxy A9, please, can you change your name? Can you rename yourself, please? Galaxy A49. Galaxy A9 2018. Please, can you rename yourself so that we can really know? Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your responses. LBF stands for Lekan Bakare Foundation. And I'm so happy that a lot of people here know that. Yes. Thank you, Amov Joshua. All right. To my next simple question, is there anybody here that is not familiar with the use of AI tools? Doesn't have to be anything serious, but do you consider yourself as somebody that does not just use AI tools? Can we see that in the chat box? Yes, Debbie, you don't use AI tools. Okay. Is the yes standing for you use, or the yes is standing for you don't use? I don't want to be confused. Can I see more? Okay, your brain is AI above. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Actually, a lot of us use AI without even knowing. Do you know that even your emails that you use, it's actually artificial intelligence? Even your Spotify, when your Spotify syncs songs to you, and then you're like, oh, this song is my vibe. It's actually artificial intelligence that is connecting the dots that, oh, this is the kind of song that you listen to. So yes, in the actual sense, little ways we all use artificial intelligence. It's just that a lot of us do not really acknowledge that fact. Ismail Mohammed, do you use emails? If yes, that means you use AI. All right. And Amo, if you say your brain is AI, that one is deep. Anyways, thank you so much for the responses. To my next question. Have you ever participated in any program to commemorate the World Youth Skills Day? Or is this your first time? Is this even your first time hearing that there is something about World Youth Skills Day? Let me see your responses in the chat box. Okay, this is Ismail's first time. This is Galaxy A9 2018. Please rename yourself. It's quite important. Oh, it is Debbie's first time as well. All right. It is Emmanuel's first time. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Please go to the chat box. You will see the link to fill in your attendance. Please kindly do that. The attendance is very important, just so you're able to get your certificate at the end of the program. Please, let's do that briefly. Thank you for joining World Youth Skills Day. All right. Okay. Amo, please, can you mute yourself? Jay, please, can you do the same? And also, Olariwaju David. Thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for you, Jay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much again. Briefly, I would run over the overview of what is World Youth Skills Day, and particularly this one that we are having today. 2025 marks the 10th year anniversary of World Youth Skills Day. It is a United Nations initiative dedicated to highlighting the importance of skills development for youth employment, innovation, and resilience. This year's global theme, Youth Empowerment Through AI and Digital Skills, recognizes the powerful role that emerging technologies play in shaping the future of work and sustainable development. So in line with this global direction, the Lekan Bakare Foundation, a leading voice for marine conservation and youth engagement in Nigeria's blue economy, is spotlighting how AI and digital tools can transform ocean innovation, marine science, and coastal resilience. With Nigeria's ocean territory over 180 unique marine species and thousands of coastal communities, there is an urgent need to empower youth people with the skills and platform to lead sustainable marine development. This virtual session will explore how digital intelligence can be used to solve marine challenges, digital ocean livelihoods, and support the implementation of SDG 14. Quickly, before I continue, does anybody know what SDG 14 stands for? Please, let's use the chat box. SDG 14. What is SDG 14? Life below water. Thank you, Ismail. Life below water.
Listen, what is your problem?
Okay.
Tell of you to tell me to stand up.
Mute. Okay, I've done the needful. So sorry about that. Thank you, Bello, for calling my attention to that. So I said quickly, I would love to ask, is there anybody here that this is their first time attending a program that deals with marine conservation or anything about the blue economy at all? If this is your first time being involved in something like that, can I see your reaction or your just acknowledgement? You can't hear me? What about now? Please, can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. My mic is unmuted. Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. So did you get my question? I said, if this is your first time, thank you very much. If this is your first time having any involvement with anything about marine conservation, the blue economy, water, ocean, can I know in the chat box, can you acknowledge that if this is your first time engaging in anything like that, anything relating to life below water?
Yeah, you should make up once. Thank you.
Okay, this is Galaxy A9 2018. This is your first time. All right. This is Emmanuel's first time. All right. That's amazing. I hope you have a very interesting time over here. All right. Okay. This is a lot of people's first time. Anyways, without taking much of our time, I would love us to forge ahead to the programs that we have for today. All right, thank you. I can see your responses. All right, I'm on it. Anyways, let's forge ahead. I would be introducing a very special and important part of today's session is the keynote address, Unlocking Youth Potential for Nigeria's Blue Economy Through AI and Digital Skills. Join me to welcome, with a lot of reactions, a very important person in our midst, Mr. Mobolaji Ogunlende, on the Honorable Commissioner, Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development. Please, can I see your reactions as we welcome him on board? We're so happy to have him here. Thank you. Thank you very much. You have the floor, sir. Thank you very much. Please, can you still hear me? Yes, welcome on board, sir.
Sorry, morning. Can you hear me now?
Good morning, sir. We can hear you.
Morning.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for joining us today.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. My name is Mobolaji Ogunlende. I am the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Social Development in Lagos. It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be here. If my voice is a bit cracky, please pardon me, and I will explain why. And I'll also use that to explain why I'm actually here today on this call with yourselves. My voice is cracky because I am about 7 hours behind time, behind your time. I am currently on a study tour with some youth groups from Lagos State, and we are currently in Canada. So it's about 4 a.m. here. About 4 a.m. here, and I'm here logged on this call to have this session or be opportune to give this goodwill message with you. So you can imagine how tired I am. You can imagine, the time difference and what it took for me to be up at this time to be able to address yourself, which will lead me to why I'm here. I'm here because what you're doing here is very important. Outside the fact that I know Mr. Lekan Bakare personally, I knew Mr. Lekan before I joined, before I came into governance, and I met him on the field of his work, which is this blue ocean marine economy that he's very passionate about. So I would like to, first of all, commend Mr. Lekan Bakare for the great efforts, for the great work that he's doing in the blue marine ecosystem. A lot of people are not even aware of it yet, but it's something he's very passionate about. It's something he's been doing for a while, and that is where we met. And I'm saying this because for youth, your network is your net worth, right? The relationships you make today is what you carry on tomorrow. I met Mr. Bakari about 6, 7 years ago. We've developed that relationship. Today, I am the commissioner for youth, right? He's having a program. He has requested that I join. If we have not developed that network, I will not be here today because I would decline it to say, look, I'm going to be out of the country. I'm going to be 6 or 7 hours behind you, and I just won't be able to join. But you see, like I said, your network is your net worth. So when you develop that relationship, you never know what will come out of it. I'm just taking this opportunity to highlight the importance of network, which is why and I've used this scenario just to highlight it, just to reemphasize the fact that as youths, as leaders of tomorrow, you must, be deliberate and intentional about your network because you never know where it will take you, which is the reason why I'm here. So I commend Mr. Lekan Bakare for the great work he's doing, for the impact he's making, and we will continue to work together to see how we can impact the next generation through innovations like this. So I commend your efforts. I commend the efforts of your entire team. And lastly, I'd like to, commend everyone that has joined this morning, because you've joined for one reason or the other, but ultimately to be able to gain some knowledge, to be able to impact yourself, and despite the hardship of the country, the hardship of the and global challenges, you are willing, to inspire yourself, to push yourself, to gain some knowledge, to be able to, push you forward to whatever level it is you're aspiring for. So on that note, I'd like to give my goodwill message as I have been requested to do. Like I said, my name is Mobolaji Ogunlende. I am the Commissioner for Youth and Social Development in Lagos State. Forums like this give me an opportunity to be able to key into different youths, to be able to connect with them as their government representative, and to let them know what it is that we're trying to do as a government. As your commissioner being here today, it simply means I'm trying to connect with you, and I take every single opportunity that I have, through forums like this to connect. You can follow me on social media, Mobolaji Ogunlende, to see the great work that we're doing. You can also follow the ministry, Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development, to see what we're doing. Like I said, we're in Canada, a group of youths, 6 state ambassadors, and 6 youth inspirational leaders from nowhere, not politically aligned. They're just random youths like yourself who took a chance in the government of today under the leadership of Governor Babajide Olusola, took a leap of faith, believed in us, applied. They made it. They went through the rigorous exercises that we put in place, and today we're here in Canada. That could be you, but are you even aware of what the government is doing for you? To be aware, like I said, just try and get into my space, the ministry space, so that you can keep yourself abreast of what it is that we're doing, because we're doing many, many, many things, to empower youth like yourself. Youth like yourself don't even know what it is that we're doing as a government. You're unable to take advantage of it. So I will encourage you to do this because it could be you that could be here, or it could be you that could be taking advantage of the many, many opportunities that we have. So on that note, distinguished guests and inspiring young trailblazers, let me first of all take time to observe the significance of today, July 15th, a day set aside to mark the World Youth Skills Day. This emphasizes the importance of providing young people with skills needed for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship. It was initiated by the United Nations in 2014. It tackles the pressing issues of youth unemployment and underemployment, which impacts millions of youth like yourself, especially in developing countries like ours and states like ours in Lagos State. In today's fast-changing world, shaped by technological progress and economic shift, fostering skills like digital literacy, problem solving, and vocational training enables youth like yourselves to thrive in competitive job markets and contribute to sustainable development. And again, I would commend the Lekan Bakare Foundation, for putting this together so that youth like yourself can be, empowered through information and knowledge as required. By promoting access to quality education and training, the World Youth Skills Day highlights the need to invest in young people to create inclusive, resilient societies and drive innovation for a brighter future, which then leads us to why we are here today officially. Once again, it's a privilege to speak on a topic that lights the path to tomorrow, today. Empowering youth through AI and digital skills. In today's age where technology shapes our world, our youth, vibrant with imagination, vibrant with energy and ambition, are its true catalysts. By equipping yourself with AI and digital skills, either through the skills itself or knowledge, like we're here today, we are not just teaching you to navigate software or algorithms. We are intentionally empowering you to craft solutions, spark change, and build a future that reflects your bold ideas and boundless potentials. Again, the government cannot do it alone. Private organizations cannot do it alone. But through collaboration and partnerships and advocacy like we're doing today, it just gives us that opportunity to empower you, embolden you, and give you that platform that you need, to create your vision. I want us all to just envision a young innovator using this AI tool that we're talking about to create a platform that connects, perhaps local artisans to the global markets. So just think about it. Someone like yourself in Nigeria, using AI to create a platform that connects somebody in Canada, or somewhere else in the global market. And that way you can see how preserving culture will continue to boost livelihood. Or a student coding to streamline access to educational resources in communities. These are not just mere possibilities, but these are fruits of digital empowerment. AI and digital skills give youth the power to address local challenges, amplify perspectives, and bridge divides. Because they are the economic, be it through the economic, social, or technological space. Empowerment thrives in inclusive environments that nurture creativity, critical thinking, and the confidence to innovate with purpose. But there are obstacles that we know, right? There are several obstacles that like unequal access to technology, limited training, lack of knowledge, and myths about this AI's complexity that can dim the potential. But I can confidently tell you that today, these challenges we can overcome together. Governments, foundations, educators, and communities must unite to provide free digital training, accessible tools, and mentorship that ignites inspiration. As a government, we are doing several free AI trainings that you may or may not be aware of. That takes care of the free digital training. Many organizations, foundations are doing free digital training, but you need to find it, to be aware of it, to take advantage of it, to empower yourselves, right? Mentorships we are doing, even through our Lagos State platforms. We have what we call the technical working group, several youth, professional youth like yourselves, doing very well in different spaces, creative, digital, ocean economy, have taken up mentorships to mentor people like yourselves and to see how we can continue to guide you. And like I said, there's power in collaboration. Through partnerships, we're able to give knowledge just like we're doing now. We're able to inspire just like we're doing now. And we're able to just see how we can continue to support, ourselves. Because, for example, you are here this morning for a reason, right? If I'm not here, how would I deliver this speech? If Lekan Bakare Foundation did not create this platform for us to be able to come together to have this ecosystem, how are we going to give ourselves this information? So we must all come together collectively to be able to, give out this platform for ourselves. And in closing, I'll just like to say, there are several opportunities out there, right? It is for you for the taking, but you must at least, first of all, make yourself available, believe in the process, believe in what it is you're trying to achieve. And together, through several partnerships, we will continue to empower you with AI digital skills as a foundation for limitless futures. Let us champion, this creativity, trust your vision and fuel your drive to lead with impact. Together, we can build a world where young innovators like yourself harness technology to uplift humanity, creating a tomorrow as dynamic and inspiring as they are. And on a final note, I'd like to say, this is for you for the taking. Pay attention, right? You have come here not to just waste your time. You have come here to take one or two things away from this platform that has been put together. Build your network, like I said in the beginning, and hopefully you'd have a very good feedback and take home. And on this note, I'd like to say I wish you all a happy deliberation and a successful conversation as you progress through this topic for today. For me, I would always seize any opportunity to address any group of youth, whether it's 10, whether it's 15, whether it's a million, any opportunity to address our youth, inspire you, just let you know that it's tough out there, but you must believe in yourself, you must believe in what you're doing, and you must just continue to push, right? And that is me rounding up with the responsibility I've been tasked with. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Please, can I see your reactions in the chat box? Thank you so much for that inspiring.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Tovia, are you still on the call? Can anyone hear me? Please, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner. Sir, thank you for taking out the time out of your busy schedule and out of your official assignment to honor us by sharing your nugget of wisdom as always. Thank you for all that you do for the young people in Lagos State and beyond. And we wish you and delegates a very, very successful study tour time and a wonderful deliberation over there. And we wish you a very safe trip and journey when you are returning back to us in Lagos State. And on behalf of our chairman, once again, thank you for honoring our call, sir. We cannot thank you enough for all of this nugget of wisdom. And if there's nothing that, we take away from this call, let us take that your network is relationships. And also, can we say a very big thank you once again to our Honorable Commissioner? Can I see some thumbs up? And please, let's just love up on him. Yes. Okay. So moving on now, we're going into the panel discussion. Honorable Commissioner has laid a very good foundation for us to, thank you, sir. Thank you. We're honored. He has laid a very good foundation for us to ride on. And I know that as we proceed from here, it's going to be rebuilding on what has been said already. So we have two amazing panelists here. Trust us from Lekan Bakare Foundation that we are going to bring to you erudites and experts rather in their field, both from highly esteemed partners, that's from NIOMR. If you've been with us for a very long time, you know that NIOMR is one of our very, very esteemed partners here at LBF. That's Nigerian Institute of Oceanography and Marine Research. And we also have from Nigeria Climate Innovation Center, also one of our partners and one of the innovation centers that is leading on incubation, innovation, digital skills, and whatnot. So that's for you to know that we did not just bring anyhow persons to speak to you. They are actually people who are good in their field. So let me see if the moderator is back. Tovia, can you hear me? Are you with us? Tovia, can you confirm if you can hear me? Okay, I think I should continue until Tovia is able to speak. Okay, so we have very amazing speakers again, and now we're going right into the panel discussion. Just a moment so that I can have their bio up. And then, as we all know that the theme for this year that LBF has adopted is Blue Intelligence. That we do at LBF, we align it, with what we do in the ocean and marine ecosystem. So Blue Intelligence empowering youth for ocean innovation through AI and digital skills. And so introducing our speaker, we have Dr. Kolawole-Daniels, Aghogho, who is from the Department of Fisheries in NIOMR. So I'll be reading her bio right about now. And as I read, please, I would like you to, show some love upon her, reacting with emojis in the chats and all of that. So Aghogho Kolawole-Daniels, PhD, is a marine biologist in the Department of Fisheries Resources in NIOMR, and she's a passionate ocean lover who is dedicated research work towards assessment of marine biodiversity towards conservation. She has carried out extensive research works and studies off Lagos coast, Nigeria. Please, with a warm applause, let's clap for Dr. Kolawole Aghogho. Ma'am, will be up shortly. And while I also proceed to read the bio of our head of communications from Nigeria Climate Innovation Center, Precious Francis is the head of comms and knowledge management at NCIC, where she leads strategic communications, digital engagement, and stakeholder relations across climate-focused programs. With digital skills, certification in growth strategies, digital marketing, and corporate communications from globally recognized institutions like Google, HNG, and Growth Explained It, she brings a dynamic mix of web, media, and community building expertise. Pressures has successfully shaped NCIC's visibility within the climate innovation system through high-impact programs, digital storytelling, and knowledge-sharing initiatives. She has driven policy-focused outreach that enhanced regulatory engagement, and her digital strategies continue to expand NCIC's presence across web platforms, amplifying climate action and innovation in Nigeria and beyond. So again, you see that we have really brought to you people who know their honors in the field of ocean, marine, and likewise communication. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this. And if you have questions, kindly put in the chat, trying to see if our moderator is back so that I could hand over to her. Okay. Can you use the chat? You do not have to wait until the session is over till you put your question out there in the chat. So Dr. Aghogho, please can you unmute your mic and let's hear from you, Dr. Aghogho. So I would interchange the conversation between our speakers. Okay, you see. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Aghogho, for being here. She called and said that she's going to be on the field today, but she's going to really make out time to join as well. So thank you for prioritizing our call and for answering us when we called. So briefly, as a manner of introduction, can you speak about the role of marine and ocean research in Nigeria, in the blue economy today, and how it connects to youth development and sustainability, just to kind of lay a foundation as we proceed with the panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Esther. I want to first and foremost appreciate the Lekan Bakare Foundation for giving me this opportunity to have this discussion with you all. And I'm also grateful to my brother institution, the Nigerian Institute of Oceanography and Marine Research, who has given me this platform to share my knowledge on marine environment and conservation, as well as conservation of its resources with all of you. I am Dr. Aghogho Kolawole-Daniels. I am in the Department of Marine Fisheries. I'm in the Department of Fisheries Resources in the Marine Biology section. In the marine environment, like we all know, because we are specialized, Nigerian Institute of Oceanography has different departments, but I'm a specialist in the marine biology and ecology of the living resources, the marine environment. So when we're talking about the marine environment, we talk about the aquatic environment, the saline that has salinity of maybe from 35% upwards. There are different kind of water bodies. You have the fresh water and you have the marine environment. So when you deal with the rivers and all of that, you're talking about the freshwater system, but we are into the marine environment. So we're looking at conserving the living resources in the marine environment. Like we all know, the marine environment, the ocean, the seas, it's very important in our lives because the 50% of the water, the air, the oxygen, 50% of the oxygen we have on land comes from the exchange, from the gaseous exchange from the marine environment. And then about the marine environment serves as the reservoir for a lot of things, both the living and the non-living resources. We have the living resources looking like the plant-like organisms, animals, about the fishes, from the minutest organisms like the plankton up to the marine mammals, the whales, the sharks, and all of that. So as a marine enthusiast, we are looking at conserving the ocean for sustainable use for our next generation. And how do we sustain this ocean? Just recently, we have the Ministry of Blue Economy, where our Nigerian Institute for Oceanography has been rightly placed. We're under the Ministry of Blue Economy now. What is blue economy all about? Blue economy just has to tell us about the economic use of how we can harness the living resources, the living and the non-living resources from the ocean to generate for economic growth. And then if we're trying to conserve the ocean, trying to look at the economic aspects from the ocean, and looking at how we can conserve the marine environment, looking at aquaculture, marine culture, how can we sustainably use these resources to produce economic development for the nation at large? And then looking at generating energy from the water. We can get blue energy. Like we're looking at green energy, we can also look at blue energy. We can use wind power to generate energy from the marine environment. So all of these things boil down to economic growth and development in our environment. And then we can also look at marine transportation is another sector where we can generate where the economy can harness into. We can generate through marine transportation, tourism, and all of that. They can boost economic growth for our country. So all these are aspects that the dynamic part of the blue economy we are looking at. And the marine Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research centers around all this because we carry out research in different aspects. We have departments that carries out research in the marine biology, environment. We have departments that look at physical and chemical oceanography. Physical and chemical oceanography has to do with physical components of the ocean, then the chemical aspect of the ocean. All of these are important if we want to harness the ocean's resources because they interact with the living organisms in the water. And so in all of this, trying to relate it to how do we relate this blue economy and then the blue intelligence we're talking about, AI, using AI to harness the blue economy. Looking at conservation activities is a whole lot because we need to first and foremost assess the living resources, know where we can get these resources, and then know how to conserve them properly. And this all boils down to bio monitoring, bio assessment, and the likes. We are currently in the field now. We are carrying out some surveys on the biodiversity of fisheries resources off the Lagos coast here in Nigeria. And so that there are other things that we can do using artificial intelligence instead of just coming here physically to look at the catches from different boats and fisher folks. There are devices, there are sensors, there are highly equipped like drones and all of that we can incorporate into our work that makes life so easy. So in looking at artificial intelligence, it's just the research we do can be better off and be more enhanced using AI. Because earlier on when the moderator was like starting up this conversation, she talked about AI. AI as simple as our email is AI. So we shouldn't just look at it as a very, very big thing that is a big elephant, or rather we are in our day-to-day activities using our phones to do some things, we are already using AI. So it's something we're already conversant with. Using artificial intelligence, we can assess biodiversity, setting up there are equipment that we can actually use, like the buoys. They use them for modeling. Then also use attach sensors to them to be able to tell the climate, weather condition, and the climate condition of a particular place. Why these things are important because it aids water monitoring. They can attach some water monitoring devices to all of these robots. They are like robots in the water, placed down in different places in the water that collect data and collect information. So most times, we as researchers, we don't really need to be on the field at each point in time. When you set up your buoys, you set up the sensors, you set up machines that can collect data from. It gives you information and almost a while access your data and then take it to the database, and anybody who wants to get information on that particular area can work with it. Also, people who do the marine mammal observer. Marine mammal observation is another aspect of our marine biology work that we do. We observe the marine, the seismic operators who do exploration activities. They use something called the PAM, Passive Acoustic Monitoring Device, that help them tell, that helps to tell. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, Dr. Aghogho, I can hear you.
I'm sorry.
From what you are even been discussing with us now, you've picked some of the other questions that we have, and this is really, really insightful. I have really been taking some notes. Thank you, Ma. And then so we're looking at some other aspects where we can now speak on the AI and digital tools, aspect. So that is also part of our questions. So having all of this together being said as the first question, so we just like to have that introduction. You did a very good justice to the introduction about speaking on the economic growth and development, and as to why this is very, very important for the blue economy as well. So maybe we can now connect this question on how AI and digital tools, which is what we have been speaking about actually. So how AI and digital tools can support better ocean monitoring and marine research, in this context, in the Nigerian context of today. Yes, so that's what you are saying can lead into that conversation already. Thank you, Ma. Hello, Dr. Aghogho. Can you still hear me? Please, host, can you help unmute Dr. Aghogho so she can speak?
All right, thank you. I've been unmuted. I'm so sorry for the background noise. I'm actually in the field. So please, that's why I had to turn off my video because of movement from my environment. Okay, so I was talking about using AI for ocean monitoring towards conservation. All these are aspects that we as the youth can actually build and develop ourselves in. We we are looking at revolutionizing um, marine science. There are a whole lot of things for us to tap into, like getting more equipped with um, digital tools, digital experiences and expertise in different aspects. Looking at how you can become smart to your environment. If you want to be a marine scientist, you don't have to be operating from the archaic way. It's good to have indigenous knowledge, but we should also look beyond and walk ahead with the time. What other people are doing in other climes, let's see how we can incorporate them into our own career. So you can look at, I was talking about the marine mammal observers. They use passive acoustic devices, monitoring devices, their sensors, they attach them to their vessels or maybe their small boats. That when they are in a seismic operation or any seismic activity, most times we tend to use binoculars to look around for the movement of these marine mammals. But in a situation where you have these AI devices attached to your vessels and your boats and all of that, you're just looking at the sensors and it tells you the location because it uses echolocation, it uses sound and the vocalization of the different mammals in that particular environment. So it picks the sounds from the different environment and is able to analyze it in a dashboard like a computer monitoring system. And then you are able to see the exact organism that is producing that sound. Sometimes it goes further to tell you the habit of that part, the behavioral pattern of that particular organism you are seeing. And so you know the pattern. If the organism is about to breed, if the organism is, different activities from that particular organism. If it's a marine mammal that's not supposed to be in that seismic operation, because of conservation efforts, we would have to talk to them that, oh, they are doing this particular activity. A marine mammal is passing by. I know when whales or dolphins, when they pass in schools. So you don't just go ahead to blast your gun or go ahead with your activity. They have to tell whoever is in control of that particular vessel to stop, or whoever is carrying out the seismic operation to stop, to allow the whales to pass. All those are laws that have been placed. We have what they call laws of the seas. All those are laws that have been placed for seismic operation. So you have to comply to those laws. And also we have activities like nowadays, I just came back from a research expedition that we went round.
Yeah.
Yes, we did a tour collecting data and doing analysis from the southern part of Africa towards the north, where we were in a vessel for like 24 days, and it was amazing. Ocean Explorer was the vessel we used because there were a whole lot of digital skills in that vessel. Gone are the days that you rely on divers to dive deep into the ocean to go and be snapping and all of that. Yes, it's done, it's fine, but for you to have results and accurate results to tell exactly what and know exactly what you're doing, there are
Yeah.
devices that go down into the water, like ROVs. They call them remotely operated vehicles, and then the AUVs, autonomous underwater vehicles. These devices are AI. All these things are artificial intelligence that helps you. They go deep down into the ocean, the depth of the ocean where humans can, you know, ordinarily will not get to. They get there, they take pictures, they snap, they tell you the depth of the ocean, they tell you the things that are beyond the water level where you can see. It gives a clear picture, it's able to capture what you see underneath the ocean. Seamounts,
Yeah.
we're able to discover seamounts underneath the ocean. There are mountains under the water. We're able to discover seamounts and map the seamounts. Mapping the seamounts using bathymetry, they will tell you exact size of that mountain, where it is located. And this information are not just hidden, they are placed in a database that anybody can locate it and then use it for any information you want to do. And
Mm.
so it makes life easy. From the seamounts, they're able to detect hotspots, biodiversity hotspots, so that in case you want to do marine protected areas, you're able to use these devices, artificial intelligence, to locate hotspots for biodiversity, where we have a lot of different living resources in a particular place. Even marine non-living resources like oil and gas, they're able to tell what exactly is underneath the ocean. So artificial intelligence is really very important in our today's conservation. In the Nigerian aspect, in the form of mariculture and aquaculture, which is
Yes.
simply the mariculture is like having like aquaculture is like rearing your fish species in an aquatic environment. And when we talk about mariculture, we are looking at those fish species that are marine marine based. You know, I talked about the riverine fishes and the marine fishes. So when you're looking at the marine fishes and you're trying to culture them in a marine environment, it's called mariculture. So when you have that kind of activity, you can introduce AI into your mariculture or your aquaculture. There sometimes smart farmers, there's something called smart farming. They bring sensors and they bring in integrated monitoring devices that they attach to their put in their water system that monitors the water temperature. It monitors the salinity of the water if it's dropping. You know, if you are culturing marine species, you have to be conscious of the salinity content in that water. So if the saline content is dropping, those devices can tell you. You know, so
Yes.
all of these things are really important, including AI in our conservation efforts is really very important. Even in feeding the fishes, some smart farmers introduce a system whereby they know exactly the type of food, the amount of food the fish is supposed to eat at a particular time. And so there's a monitoring system for that, so that they do not waste their feed. So at the particular time when the fishes are supposed to be fed, they get notified, they feed, and when the fishes have down finished eating all what they are supposed to eat at a particular time, it times it up and tells you when next you're supposed to reintroduce feed into your system. And
Wow. These
then
are
in,
very
yeah,
insightful. Yes, Dr. Gogo. I know Dr. Gogo is a lecturer, and you know that they always have so much to give. Lecturers always have so much to give in terms of teaching. Like if they do not really lecture, I know how she does not lecture, she teaches, and which is what she's doing now to ensure that we have very, very good understanding. In fact, I've been taking notes of what we have been saying. Please, can we love up on Dr. Gogo? Can we give her a round of applause? Let's show some love for her in the chat, because she has spoken a lot about the economic growth and development of this economy, and how it also connects to youth development and sustainability. And now she took us into AI, how AI and digital tools can support better ocean monitoring and marine context. Honestly, I didn't even know that we had sensors that we can also use in terms of to monitor water and feeding. Well, having an agric background myself, I know we use this climate smart agriculture, but I didn't even know that we have, search for, for the fisheries as well. So that's just to let you know that there's a lot to learn, and which is why this lecture that we have, this session is very, very timely. So for those of us that have a marine background and those who are passionate about marine ecosystem like we at LBF, you now know that we have some tools that are used to also monitor feeding of fishes, their water. And so if you have questions for her, please feel free to put in the chat so that she can answer them. And we right about now we'll move straight to Precious, who is going to come from the perspective of climate communication, ocean knowledge management, and merging it, you know, into what we are discussing today. And then we are going to be having, let me see, I think our moderator is back. Well, technology has its pros and cons, and part of its pros, is that sometimes it can get tricky, it can get funny, as interesting as it is. So please let us actually show some love to our very, very astute moderator, who is coordinator of Osun State's LBF group, which is Tovia. Tovia, you are welcome back. So we've had some conversations with, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Tovia?
you. I can hear
Okay,
you.
yes. So, all right, we've had some conversations with Dr. Aghogho. She has, introduced the role of marine and ocean research, and then she also spoke about. She's answered the very first and second questions about point AI digital too. So now we are going to be handling that of Miss Precious, who we introduce, the perspective of climate comes, and then you take it off from there. Thank you. Over to you, Tovia. Tovia, can you hear me? Okay, so let me bring on board Precious. Miss Precious Francis, where are you? Please, can I say?
I'm right here. I'm right here. Hi guys, good morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Precious,
May I
for
go ahead?
Right. Yes, please. So briefly
Yes,
share
sir.
your perspective on the power of climate comms and knowledge management in inspiring young people on marine and environmental issues.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you. Hi everyone, good morning. I went off briefly, sorry about that. Before I start, I'd like to say thank you to the Lekan Bakare Foundation. This is really timely. I mean, we're in a time whereby if we don't talk about these things, they'll be like the elephant in the room, which is AI, yeah, and how we can tie it around what we do. So thank you, Lekan Bakare Foundation, for this. And I would also want to thank the Honorable Commissioner of Lagos State of Youth and Social Development. I hope I got the title right. Thank you so much for your keynote. It's really important that these things are being taught, and the fact that you even say they're free and we just have to search for it is actually very timely. And I wish you success on your tour. And then to Dr. Daniel Aghogho. Okay, let me call the full name, Dr. Kolawole-Daniels Aghogho. Thank you so much, Ma. I don't know anything about the marine space like in depth here, but I can talk to somebody about it now because I know now. Like we said, we don't have sensors, we have all those things that can actually make life easy. So now I'm going to be bringing this conversation down to communications. So I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Precious Francis, and I'm the head of communications and knowledge management at the Nigeria Climate Innovation Center. So I'm going to be, what's the word now? I'm very expressive, by the way. I'm already using my hands. So work with me because I like to be very practical. So climate communication and knowledge management are two different things. Let me start off by explaining what climate communication is. So climate communication is basically taking what it is you have. For example, this webinar, for instance, we're learning a lot of things here. Now, this is us having a communication. By the time we're done communicating, we have information. And then knowledge management is how this information is disseminated to everybody that is here and everybody that wasn't here, yeah? So I'm bringing it down back to the youth now. So the youth, yeah, we don't lack passion. We don't like ideas. What we lack most times is actually clarity. So climate communication will bridge that gap, yeah, by breaking complex, it could break down complex nuances. For instance, we're talking about AI. This webinar right now is breaking and bridging that gap of how to inculcate AI into everything that we do. And then bringing it further home, because this is the blue space, it will further break down environmental issues into relatable narratives, visuals like maybe videos, infographics, and messages that will stick to people and move and to act. So briefly, I would give an instance of what I mean by that. So when people always meet me and say, okay, can you tell us what NCIC is? I think of the fastest way to actually pass that information across. I tell you that think of NCIC as a middleman between the innovators and funders. The next time somebody asks you what NCIC is, you're able to, relay that information, and everybody around that hears understands that. So that is the purpose of climate communication. Climate communication is just basically taking the information that we are gathering here and then being able to put it together in form of data, in form of information. And now, so also for me, firsthand, I have seen how sharing real-time data has worked very impactful through maybe stories, through innovation, the local innovations that we see. So the thing about human beings is when we see someone, like maybe a youth, for instance, now has probably maybe broken a world record. Let me use that for instance. We see a lot of people trying to do other hackathons and all those things. It's the same way we bring it down here. So there's a huge data gap in the blue space, not just anything climate related, actually. There's a huge data gap. And I mean, when we started, Tovia asked, has anybody interacted with the marine space before? And we had a couple of people saying no. So what the climate communication will do right now is to bridge that gap. Now, the knowledge management aspect of this is it ensures that the information is not just shared once. And let me bring you back to this webinar. So right now we're having conversations. Dr. Aghogho has given us, in fact, I'm seeing some people in the comments vying, she needs more time, we need to have more conversations with her. So we're gathering information, right? Now, knowledge management is your ability to pass this information that we have gathered here in various forms. It could be through platforms, it could be through infographics, it could be through messaging. So let me give you a practical example. Whoever is in charge of content at the Lekan Bakare Foundation right now, once we're done, they want to get snippets of when something insightful was said, and as a video, because video catches people's attention these days, and post it here. And there could be a carousel that highlights some key things that were being said. Pass it. And then there could be an infographic that maybe further breaks down a complex, maybe something that Dr. Aghogho has said earlier. So that's a different way of passing knowledge management here. And then we are blessed right now. Permit me to say, I'm one of the people that advocate for AI. We're blessed right now because AI makes it easy. So you feed in, so I mean, I wish we could do a practical class right now. So we could feed our friend, our mentor, our partner, our therapist, ChatGPT right now, information from this place and say, create a script for a video or create content for the video, for infographic, for all those things. And it makes it easier. It just makes it easier. Yeah. So basically, climate communications and knowledge management, it doesn't just inform, but it equips and empowers the youth, so with more evidences, creativity, and empathy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Precious, for that. Thank you. I knew that we made no mistake when we decided to bring you on board to come speak to us about the digital aspect of this. And she has clearly defined, what the comms aspect is and the knowledge aspect in clear terms. So please, can we show some love to her while we also, discuss how she can, how she sees AI and digital skills. I think partly she has answered that question actually. How AI and digital skills are shaping youth-driven innovation in the blue economy. Although she works more in the green space, instead of green, although there's some form of blue economy, insights that they are currently working on. But then both of them skills that we can, actually merge together to align our thoughts when we are speaking about climate innovation. So as a community and innovation leader, Ms. Precious, how do you see AI and digital skills shaping youth-driven climate innovation in the blue economy?
Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm an advocate for AI because I see how it can make life easy. I see how it can make workflow easy. Now we use, we're not just consumers of technology, we are also builders, we are also analysts, and then we're also storytellers, because I mean, pardon me, but in my space, in the communication space, storytelling is very important. So now bringing in AI here can help us. And let's be very practical. What we do in this space here, we first of all drive a lot of advocacy. We drive a lot of what's it called? We drive a lot of nuances. For example, while we're advocating, we're also trying to tell people this is what you need to do. We're practicing what we preach. So now, for instance, if we're supposed to do maybe a mapping, because we want to do like a beach cleanup, for instance, here. We've cleaned up the various, so just permit me, I know we don't have a lot of beaches around here, but I'm just saying that we have a beach we need to go to and clean or something. And then we haven't even been there before. So the next thing you want to do is to map it out. So AI will help you save time. And this is how it would do that. It can help you. You can sit in the confines of your house and and go through and map out everything you need to do. First of all, for maybe mapping an illegal fishing pattern, maybe you can even use like you have AI that has, it's not just, oh, by the way, I hope you know it's not just ChatGPT we have Gemini, we have there's another one that just came out, although open data is also there. And so all these things can actually like help us act in our house, in the comfort of our houses. We can sit down, come up with an idea, and we don't have to go on site. We don't have to go out of the confines of our houses. We can sit down, map it out, and then carry out those things and go and then, carry it out. And then the beauty of digital skills in scalability is that now the interested people here, all they need to know, all they need to do is go up on platforms like YouTube, like Coursera, or even go through some of the the skills acquisition that we have going on in NCIC. And with a laptop and data connection, you are able to compete globally. You are able to collaborate with people across the borders, and you're able to create localized solutions that have national or even international relevance. And the truth is, AI is your best friend. You having the mind to want to learn and you having those skills to learn, I mean, you are literally unstoppable. Now, I will bring it from a communications perspective. AI also helps us amplify our voices through automated storytelling tools. Like I said, you can take information from what we have said here today and then have a very good prompt, put it anywhere else, and then tell this thing to give you what you need. Okay, can you highlight how to go about this? Okay, I'm interested in the whole advocacy. Maybe the one I was opportuned to work hand in hand with the Lekan Bakare Foundation was the Turtle Bay. I went to visit it, and if I'm interested, all I need to do is put a prompt that says, okay, so how do I go about being an advocate for this? And it will give me step-by-step process on what to do, how to go about it, and then I'm also linked to the right courses to actually take. So in my view, the intersection of AI, digital tools, and climate consciousness is where the future of blue economy lives. And we the youth are best positioned to lead that change. And what we need now is just access, mentorship, and trust. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And I like that you were able to also relate it with, what we have currently at the Turtle Bay. That's the Turtle Sanctuary that we are building. And then what the youth also need as well. So I want to believe that we all are taking notes, and then we can also ask questions that we have. So apologies for what we have in the chat. Apologies. I mean, these are some of the cons of technology again. So please just let us ignore that while we have a very, very fruitful conversation. Let me see if our dear moderator is back. Tovia, are you on the call? Are you able to take on the conversation from here so that we can bring back Dr. Aghogho while we allow Miss Precious to catch a breath, while we bring her back on the seats and to also have some conversation with us around communication and the role of strong marine advocacy. Tovia, are you
I'm back.
okay? Please, can
I'm
you
so
warmly welcome back our
sorry.
dear moderator?
Welcome, Tovia.
I'm so
Oh
sorry
my
for the
God.
constant break. The network is
Um,
terrible.
Sorry, who's sharing a whiteboard?
The
Apologies
network is terrible.
about that, Tovia. Who's sharing the? Okay. Oh my God, technology could be
All
very,
right.
very interesting and fun. So Tovia, please go ahead. So right about now, you have to
All
bring
right.
back on board Dr. Aghogho so that she can
Yeah.
speak on the question 2, which is the practical point of entry for youth in marine science research field. Because we see in the
Yeah.
chat that some couple of persons are asking about how they can come in, how they can do IT internship opportunities. So yes, over to you, Dr. Aghogho. Thank you. We're honored to have you back. Is she
Yeah.
still on the call? Okay.
Is she still on the call?
Yes, she is. Okay, she's unmuted now.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
thank you
Thank you.
very much. Thank you very much, Ma. You have the floor.
All right. I saw the question on the chat. Someone is asking if there is opportunity for IT, CWES, spaces in NIOMR. Yes, there are. Over the time, we've been having IT students and interns from different universities in Nigeria. They come in, but you have to come in through your school. If you're a student, you have to come in through your school and then liaise with the extension ERLS department of the Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research. So you need to have your CWES letter, granting you the permission to come and stay and learn from our resources. And aside from that, NIOMR organizes different capacity buildings at different levels because there's been time we have trainings for even women, just women, fisher folks, and all of that. So, but for students, IT students, yes, there are opportunities. Come from through your school, come with your letter, and then approach the extension liaison and research department in NIOMR. So that's all. And I don't know, I think I'm breaking. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yes, Ma,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can hear you. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Ma.
and all right. I don't know. I missed out with any other questions. If there are other questions, I should just
Yes,
quickly answer before I
I
go.
have. Yeah, thank you very much, Ma.
Okay. Tovia, we can't hear you. Okay, I think she's frozen again. So, Tovia, are you back? Oh my
The
God.
network seems to be freezing. Okay, can you hear me, please?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
I can
hear
hear
you.
you now.
Okay. At some point, it was freezing. I couldn't hear what
Oh,
you were saying.
can you hear me now? I'm so sorry.
Yes, please, I can.
All right. Thank you very much. I said, I'm so sorry that I missed a big part of the introduction. But my next question to you now is a very important question. I want to hear your thoughts on it. It is what are some practical entry points for youth in marine science or research fields today?
Okay, the end mostly it has to do with your passion. Starting because I ventured into the marine environment field through my studies, my career. I started as a zoologist. And as at the time, I initially wanted to be a medical doctor. And then I'm a science student. I wrote JAM and I didn't qualify to get into the medical, you know, the cutoff for medicine. And somehow I ventured into zoology. And as at the point of entering, I had no clue of what the study of zoology was all about. But I went through my BSc, and then when I was done, I I think we came for an excursion then from Delta State, we came for an excursion in Lagos where I was opportune to go through the activities that were ongoing in NIOMR. I think we came to NIOMR. And from there, I picked up the interest like, oh, yeah, I would like to have like a relationship with the marine environment. How do I build my career in this aspect? You need to have mentors. You need to talk to people, talk to your lecturers. This is the area I'm good at. This is what I want to look at. If marine science is your call, your point of call, then look at the courses you can do in marine science. You can look at the marine biodiversity. You can look at physical and chemical oceanography, even people that study geology, they are marine geologists and geophysicists. So there are lots of things you can do as an engineer. You can be a marine engineer. These are careers around the marine environment. Then even with the development with machine learning and artificial intelligence, there are lots of things to do around the marine environment. So you can look at, there are people who build robots that can collect data from the marine environment. There are people, engineers who, are able to build, work with algorithms, and marine software developers that build software that they can incorporate into the marine vessels that can collect data or monitor a particular thing. So just know where you want to be and start from where you are. If you're already in a particular course, maybe you're already in the biology aspect, see how you can incorporate, maybe doing like a further studies, like a master's in that particular field. Or if you're not even opportune to do that, there are short courses you can venture into. And nowadays, the internet has made things so easy for people. You don't even need to go to any school to learn things. In your home, in the comfort of your home, you can just look for artificial intelligence related courses to your particular field. Is it agriculture, smart agriculture? Is it you want to be in the marine environment? Yes, look for courses that are related to those places and start working on yourself. So nothing is supposed to be like our excuse. We need to make up our mind. Anything you want to do, build your interest around those things. Look for a mentor. In the course of your reading, you will come across people that have been in this field, people that have been doing a lot in this field. Reach out to them, see how they can bring you in, see how they can, tell you one or two things you need to learn about that particular field you have your passion for. So these are the entry, most times these are the entry points. Capacity building, like the Honorable Commissioner spoke earlier, he said we should make our network, our network. You have a friend, you are on the internet, you should not be just chatting on and chatting away yourself. Look for people in those fields and you follow them on their social media pages and see what they are doing on those, in their own space. So from there you can follow through and then build yourself up in those areas.
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma. It is very interesting to know how passion can actually make a great change. We are very grateful for that response. My next question will be directed to Miss Precious Francis. What role can communication play in building a strong marine advocacy culture among Nigerian youths? Miss Precious Francis, I don't know if you got that. Okay, I'm not sure she's. Oh, yes, she got it. Can I go over the question again? Oh, she's muted.
Muted, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I was muted. Yeah, that's what I was
all
saying.
right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, could you just go over the question one more time?
Yes,
Sorry.
sure. The question is, what role can communication play?
I think Tovia is gone again.
Yes, she's gone. So let me take it up from there.
Thank you.
What role can communication?
Did you get that, ma?
Yes. Toby, I would love to speak for some people. Let me
Yes.
complete the question. What role can communication play in building a strong marine advocacy culture among Nigerian youths? Rule of comms.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start by saying that communication plays a foundational role in building a strong marine advocacy culture, because before people can actually advocate, they need to care. And before people care, they need to understand. So for them to understand, for them to care, and for them to advocate, they need to understand. Do you get? So in Nigeria, so here in Nigeria, we have a lot of people that live around coastline or depend indirectly on ocean-related resources, yeah. And yeah, I can relate to this because there's a project going on currently at my office, Protego. I never really thought Aghogho was like a coastline area. I never thought so, but apparently it is. So those people there right now, they do not see the link between their lives and the marine sustainability. And this is where communication becomes powerful because it can connect the dots for them. So you have people constantly littering the coastline. You have people throwing in waste into the coastline. But the fact that they don't even understand that this place where they are, it's actually for their benefits, and what they're littering is actually harming not just the environment now, but harming themselves. Yeah, so with proper communications, they can see how we connect. And then we can also depend on stories, visual campaigns, like I said earlier, and then our biggest friend so far, social media, our amiable partner, our everything, because I mean, on social media, there are the pros and cons also, like as I had said earlier. And then this platform gives you an opportunity to be able to amplify whatever you do. You know how they say that bad news travels really fast? Well, guess what now? It's not just bad news anymore. Anything you do travels really fast because we have social media there. Now, through proper communication, we can now localize marine issues. We can demystify a lot of science. When I mean a lot of science, when people hear climate, the first thing that comes to mind is they think of the weather. I promise you, they think, when you say climate, think of the weather. And then you now come and say, okay, the green economy or the blue economy. I mean, I asked someone the other time, what do you think blue economy is? And the person said, are you talking about the sky? And I'm like, no, it's not the sky, it's the water. And the green is literally like the environment, yeah? So it would demystify a lot of things, like a lot of words that sounds like buzzwords to them, like secularity, for instance. With proper communication, all these things can be demystified. And then we can also make advocacy very personal and urgent. Imagine me going to Aghogho, for instance, where we've been carrying out a project there, and I bring my camera and my ring light, and I say, Madam, I'm seeing a woman that is living in a slum, in the water waste and everything. I sit in front of her and I tell me your story, tell me how life is being here. The moment she does that, the moment I put that out there, people become sensitized, like they get it. It may not click immediately, but you've passed a message across. So we can also, I mean, the recent one, thanks to the Lagos State government, the ban on plastics. We recently wanted to do something to show our market women how plastic actually affects stockfish. Yes, we wanted to show them that, but anyways, thank God we didn't have to go through that stress. Now plastics is gradually being removed from our society. And then we can also leverage on platforms. I mean, as controversial as TikTok is, it has a lot of use, like a lot of us on TikTok. If I ask how many people have TikTok accounts here, I mean, a lot of us will raise our hands, yeah? So these are platforms that we ought to be making use of, yeah? So by the time we're able to put up such conversations through a very appealing manner, people will suddenly see that, oh, this marine world is no longer distant, it's actually real, and it's in front of us. Also, I feel communication would also help them see themselves as part of the solution. So if I'm telling somebody that sells maybe plastic soda, for instance, in plastic, and I'm like, okay, madam, if you're able to collect all this what's it called, these liters, the plastic bottles, and keep them, and then there are recycling communities whereby you can pay for, what's it called now, for people's school fees, children's school fees, through that, you can get money from it. Everybody begins to see themselves as part of solution. And the only way anybody will be able to get those information real time is if we're able to communicate it properly. So another thing we can also do is also, I mean, LBF does this a lot, they spotlight young Osun champions, people that's in the people that carry out work in the grassroots area. They also share pathways in which you can be part of the blue economy, like volunteers, for instance. I think I'm aware of that, yeah. And then when we make advocacy through proper communication a thing, when they see youths do it, so they begin to see themselves like, okay, we are responsible for this. It's not just the government, it's not just NGOs, it's not just Lekan Bakare and the rest of them that are supposed to be doing this. It's everybody. That way, everybody is fully integrated. So I'll just round off by saying this, that proper communication builds momentum. Yeah, strategic communications, it mobilizes movements, it brings attention to the policy gaps, and it helps communities, institutions, innovations, brings everybody, that makes them very aligned. And at the same time, we now have maybe clear, creative, and consistent communication of what the various sectors that we play in the climate environment. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Precious Francis. That was amazing. You said that good communication makes us be a part of solution. And also you said that communication builds momentum. And that's just amazing, because now that I see it, people that are not really, the anyhowness of people is most likely because of how they are not really informed, because maybe they don't just know about it. And also about the recycling communities, I feel like in the recent years that has actively become a thing, and only if we've communicated about that earlier, like in the earlier years, probably like by now would have a much more massive change. So thank you very much for answering that question with so much brilliancy. I would love to direct another question to you, and that is, what ecosystem enables mentorship, funding, storytelling platforms that are critical to support youth-led climate, environmental, and marine solution?
Okay, so these three things you just mentioned, they're very key, and I like the way you layered it from mentorship to funding and then to storytelling platforms. So allow me use what I know, which is the NCIC. Yeah, allow me to use that to walk you through the process. So what we do is when we have maybe a hackathon or we have an accelerator program, what we do is we bring these bright minds into a room, yeah, and then we listen to them, we hear what they're saying, we hear what they are not saying, and then we're able to pair them up with people that will mentor them. Yeah, we make sure that they are being listened to. We're pairing you to proper people that would actually help you and hold your hand through that journey. So now the purpose of mentorship right now would help you be able to tell your story clearer. For instance, you're very passionate about sorry, let me go back to the turtle bay again. I don't know, I love turtles. Let me go back to the turtle bay. Yeah, you're passionate about turtles, and I'm like, okay, I have a solution in mind, but I don't know how to go about it. When we pair you up with a mentor, what that mentor will do is help you hold your hand, and will also help you draw a roadmap, and maybe sometimes do a backcasting. So backcasting is basically seeing the end of the thing and then drawing the journey down to the beginning of it. So you have a story right now to tell. Once we're done with that, we bring you back to funding. I mean, everybody needs funding. If we're very honest, innovation is capital as much as possible. And a lot of youth-led marine and even climate projects fail to scale, not because they lack potential, or not because they don't have like solutions, but because they lack access to early stage funding or grant opportunities. So what we do here is, as much as possible, we try to pair people up, and also we try to advocate for more useful climate funds. I mean, yes, we have a lot of pitch competitions and all those things, but if we have more, it helps us scale better. It helps us make noise, for lack of better words, make noise out there for people to see what we do and how it is affecting everybody and how it's impacting everybody. And then storytelling platforms. This is where I'm specialized in now. So and I'll give practical tips. Yeah, I'll give very practical tips. So first of all, LinkedIn is your friend. Let me put that out there for every and anybody right now. So LinkedIn is gradually moving from being a corporate platform. It's gradually becoming like a global village. And I'll tell you why. So I think it was early this year, I noticed that we start having videos now on LinkedIn. Unlike before, whereby you just write a lot of epistle and then you go and post a picture. So, but right now you can collect videos like the way we have on Instagram now. You have it on LinkedIn, but now LinkedIn still has a semblance of corporate world whereby everybody can just come in. Oh, I did this today. I did that today. I did that today, and it's a big deal, yeah. So I hope everybody here, and I'm also preaching to myself right now, that I hope you have a LinkedIn platform like for you to be able to put out what it is you do, and also see what other people are doing, because that way you'll be able to craft your stories, you craft all the information you have, you're able to craft it better and put it out there. So for the young people in the green space, in the blue space, for us, we have a disadvantage, and that disadvantage is the data gap, yes, but at the same time is an advantage for us, because when we put ourselves in certain platforms, like maybe featured articles, maybe podcasts, TEDx conversations, even the Instagram reels. When we are able to craft proper storytelling and put it out there, we get people to be sensitized. Like, people are properly sensitized about what it is that we do, and also to truly support youth-led climate, environmental, and marine solutions. We need strong ecosystem of enablers that goes just beyond awareness. And then the three critical things are mentorship, like you said, funding, and storytelling platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Precious. That was amazing. You said that proper storytelling brings proper sensitization that goes beyond enablers, and it's interesting how majority of the things that you said is still circling back to communication aspects, that is getting other people to see what exactly is going on. So when they see, then they will understand. As you said, proper advocacy helps upscaling. So thank you very much for that reply. Thank you so much. So my last but not the least question, this will be going to Dr. Aghogho. Dr. Aghogho, please, are you still on the call? I don't know if she can hear me.
Yeah, she's still on the call.
Oh, okay. My question to you, ma'am, how can institutions like NIOMR partner with non-governmental organizations like LBF to scale marine innovation, skills development, and SDG 14 implementation? Not sure if she got that.
Host, please, can you help unmute Dr. Aghogho so that she can proceed with her question?
I think she's still muted. Okay.
Hello, hosts. Maybe you can proceed with other aspect of the agenda while we have Dr. Aghogho speak.
Okay, actually the other, okay, all right, that's good.
Maybe Q&A and other speakers.
Yes. So now, please, can I get reactions? Let me get validate me. I'm looking for so much validation now. How was that? From the keynote address to the panel discussion, how was it? Because me, I'm blown. Wow. I didn't even know Aghogho was a coastal area. Myself, I don't know. So can I say, how was that? Did we learn something? You can put your replies in the chat box. I learned something if you people did not learn anything. Okay, so I'll be moving to another important session of today, which is the Q&A session. And I've been seeing some questions while the meeting was going on. I've been seeing. We have a question here. Okay. We have a question. If you still have questions, please kindly drop them on the chat session, on the chat box, so that it can be addressed. I have a question here from Dolakbo Ayodele. It says that, is there a group of mentorship to help marine engineers, and also what requirements is needed to go on board? I would actually love that it would be Miss Aghogho that would take this question, but I'm not sure she's unmuted yet. I'm not sure she is. Oh, she's not. Okay, she's not. I'm starring that particular question for Miss Aghogho, and then there's a question to Miss Precious Francis. I think there is still important. Oh, it's not a question. It's just a thought. Okay. Ade Osun said, I think it's still important to make market women see the importance of not dumping plastic to the sea, maybe through their respective association. Yes, she mentioned something like that. She mentioned something along the line, and it still boils down to communication at the end of the day. Because me, myself, I didn't know that plastic affects stockfish. I didn't think there was any relation to that. But now that she has mentioned it, it still boils down to communication. Also, there is a question from Victor Okon. From your experience, what are the biggest challenges facing marine ecosystem along Nigerian's coast today? I'm also believing that this question is directed to Ms. Aghogho. Please, can we have Ms. Aghogho unmuted?
So she has actually left the call, maybe due to internet. But yes, but she has answered some of these questions actually when she was speaking. Yes, she has made mention of them while she was speaking during a session. But if we have other specific ones, we can always relate them to yeah.
Okay.
Why I actually
All right. Do we have any more questions, please? Do we have any more questions before we move on? Also, please, while we're doing that, kindly fill in the attendance. It is very important so that you can be able to get your certificates, and also to confirm that you were on this call. I don't know if you understand that. So please, if you have not filled in your attendance, kindly do that. Also, there is another question from Ade Osun. He said, is there a mentorship community for blue economy and green economy? Sister Esther, can you answer that? Can you take the reply for that?
Yes, thank you, Tovia. I actually wanted to say that I would jump on that. So yes, there is a mentorship community. I mean, depending on how you mean by a mentorship community, because as far as I know, LBF community on WhatsApp, it's also a mentorship community, and which is why we have also put together this kind of opportunity for young people who are, in the marine space, aspiring people, or who has anything to do for some form of interest, to also be here on this platform. So the WhatsApp community that we have at Lekan Bakare Foundation, everything that we do, it's also a form of mentorship. And to also speak on the last World Oceans Day, which was a week of action that we did at the LBF, we had some state coordinators, which Tovia is also part of them. She leads the Osun State team, about 15 of them. And in fact, 17, because we had some states who had 2 coordinators. And so they went through some form of mentorship and training and capacity building sessions for them to be able to lead their teams and spearhead that projects in their various states. So we also do mentorship as well as the Lekan Bakare Foundation. And we also have some more opportunities. So this World Youth Skills Day is also part of how we have, equipping young people. We also have the Ocean Youth Academy that is currently going to be announced officially. So watch out for it. It's going to be very mind-blowing. I promise you that for young people 18 to 35, we have interest in this, this space, marine ecosystem innovation, a lot of tech infused, learnings, and what you're also going to gain from experts from NIOMR, from comms, venture building, innovation, incubation, everything included. So the Ocean Youth Academy is going to be announced in due time. And also, please follow LBF if you are not doing so on our social media platform, where we get to share more insights on what we do, regarding marine ocean conservation, coastal resilience, and everything involving the blue economy. So Lekan Bakare Foundation is your go-to source for all blue economy related and even green, because as we're solving a goal, we're solving that. So for SDG 14, SDG 13, SDG 4, everything under the United Nations SDGs is what the LBF also stands to solve. Well, my moderator is no longer on this call, so I'll continue from here. So thank you so much, everyone. I want to believe that we all got value for our time, drawing from the knowledge of our experts in terms of communications and also the marine science. So thank you so much, dear panelists. First of all, I'd like to thank Honorable Commissioner of Youth and Social Development. He's left the call now for your keynote speech. Thank you, sir, Mr. Mobolaji Ogunlende, and also Dr. Kolawole-Daniels Aghogho, who is from the Department of Fisheries. And then speaker also, the head of comms, Ms. Precious Francis from the Nigeria Climate Innovation Center. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for pouring into us. And thank you to you all for also waiting from the beginning to the end, as we at the Lekan Bakare Foundation, spotlight young people and also the use of AI, artificial intelligence, digital communication. So I hope that as we leave this call, you are going to be using your social media platforms to also spread this good news, what you have learned. Feel free to tag us at LBF, and as we commemorate the 10th year anniversary of the World Youth Skills Day. So do we have final thoughts from anyone? Do you have some questions? If not, I think it's a very good time to call it a day. If you have not filled the attendance sheet, it's very important that you do so for us to, really understand that you are here and you did not just feel to register, but you attended this session, and for us to also send your certificates in the coming days. And I also saw a question saying that we LBF also make arrangements to take like an excursion where we can see what Dr. Aghogho has said. Yes, absolutely. There will definitely be more practical trips for us, and we also have something coming for International Youth Day. So keep an eye, just be locked on us, be locked with us at LBF. We have so many things coming. And also we have our turtle sanctuary, the first of its kind here in Nigeria, in Africa, where we have, turtles, and they are endangered species, right? We had a carousel to speak about turtles. You can refer back to our social media platform to check that out. And then when they are being caught by poachers, we take them to the turtle sanctuary, care for them, and then they can go back into their natural habitat. We also have, it's a form of research as well. We have a very, very solid research department here at the LBF. So just stay logged in, and you are going to see a lot of information that we're going to be tracking out for you, and the opportunities that you have in the marine and blue economy space. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining this call. Again, do not forget to join, click on the link in the chat to follow LBF on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and our website is there also. And in the final, as we proceed to end this webinar, and let's all turn on our videos so that we can have a group picture. It's been an amazing 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's all turn on our videos so that we can have a group picture and to also put some faces to this. Yes, you are going to have a certificate for participation, which is one of the reasons why we have sent in the attendance link for everyone to fill. Yes, there will be physical trips, absolutely. There will be more physical trips. We've had that, there will be more of them. Please, can you turn on your videos? I wouldn't know if Tovia can still speak. Is she still on the call? Brands and Comms Manager, Mr. Victor, please, can you let us know when you've taken the shots or the hosts? I think majority of everyone has their video on. Please, can we have a thumbs up if the video has been taken by the host or our Brands and Comms Manager, Mr. Victor?
1 second is going to be taken in a bit.
Okay,
we have some people with their bonnet on. Can you please take off your bonnet? Let's see your beautiful hair. Thank you.
Let's keep up with the smiling faces.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. On behalf of our chairman and our founder at the Lekan Bakare Foundation, we say thank you for joining the World Youth Skills Day and for every other programs that we're going to be championing at the Lekan Bakare Foundation in the near future. So stay connected. We're going to be adding you up to our newsletter community so that you can have access to every resources that we are going to be sharing. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, LVF. Thank you guys so much for having me over here. Thank you.
Thank you for this wonderful session. I really appreciate it.